Hey there, what's up? Welcome to Ecofunomics, and this is lecture 7, I believe, of data analytics using Excel. So I am Shreya Roy. I'm the founder, and the book which we are following is Excel 101, Basics and Beyond. It is written by me and my colleague Jyoti Agarwal, along with Ankita Singh being the editor of the book. About Ecofunomics. Ecofunomics is an international education, research, and data analytics company serving knowledge across 156 countries as of August 2024. And data analytics is a certificate course. If you want to know more about it, please write to us. You have our contact details being displayed on the screen. For more information, you can comment down below or reach us using email, WhatsApp, or social media being Ecofunomics. Now let's quickly begin with the course. Today we are beginning with logical if functions. Things that we need to tackle today are basic logical if function, logical if and function, logical if or functions. So when do we use a logical if function? For example, we have a few code like this. So let's say that 0 stands for female and 1 stands for male. Now we have to convert this numeric data from numeric to categorical, let's say male, female, or somewhere such as having a more complex function, such as over here we see that if the prices are greater than 0, then we have to calculate the revenue using the formula. That is, revenue is equal to price into quantity. Otherwise, let it be 0 or something more like based on the year to calculate whether the registration of the car is valid or expired. So you will find so much more practice exercises in our handbook. If you want to purchase it, please let us know and we'll deliver it to you. Okay, so let's understand first with the basic question. So over here, the question says that if the units sold are greater than 0 or the units sold of a product is greater than 0, then calculate the total revenue using price into quantity. Otherwise, let total revenue be 0. So if function we understand, then we have our command, then we have what we want our instruction to be, and then the comma stands for otherwise and otherwise instruction again. So very useful thing about Excel is if you type if and then you select the cell, it automatically keeps telling you what you have to do with the drop down over here. Okay, so if logical test greater than 0, comma, then what do we have to do? What will the value be? So unit sold or quantity into price. Otherwise, let it be 0. Close bracket, enter. I am repeating again. So it says if unit sold is greater than 0, calculate the total revenue using unit sold into price. Otherwise, let it be 0. Okay, then obviously we can double tap to get the value for all of them. Now, let's look at the next question, which says that you have been given a gender code and now use the if logical if function to convert them into a categorical variable. Okay, so if open bracket, or simply you can do if and double click over here, select the cell is equal to 1, comma, then whenever you're typing something between the double inverted commas, it is something which you're saying that if this is this, then place this in this place. Okay, so let me just give you an example. Over here, let's write M-A-L-E, capital. Okay, I am writing everything in blocks, comma, if the cell is 0, then mark it as female. So see, whenever you are putting the brackets at the end, until and unless you do not get a black bracket at the end, you are supposed to know that your command or the formulae is incomplete. When your formulae is complete, it will have a black bracket at the end. Enter. Okay. So now, for example, if I just write instead of male M and instead of female F, then the next thing that we'll get is either an M or an F. Okay. If the cell has 1, then mark it as M, comma, if the cell has 0, mark it as F. So whatever we type within the double inverted commas, Excel will use that to represent the result. Close bracket, and we need another bracket because it is not black. Enter. Okay. So similarly, if instead of M over here, I write M-A-L-E, and this time A-L-E is small lettered, then we see that it is changed. So whatever you type within the double inverted commas, Excel will use that to represent your result. Okay, I hope this was clear. Now, let's understand this. So over here, we have a few range of data ranging from 2000 to 2019, okay? And the question says, if the year of registration is 2000 or below, mark the registration as expired. And if the registration is above 2018, mark it as valid. Okay, so what we'll write, if open bracket, select the cell if the cell is less than equal to 2018, mark it as expired. And if the cell is greater than 2018, mark it as valid. Close bracket, enter. Okay, now see. So the command which I used over here was less than equal to 2018. And on the other hand, I have written 2018. So using the same question, we can change the command a bit and we will still get the same answer. For example, if I say, if open bracket, select the cell less than equal to 2018, mark it as expired, okay? And if the cell is greater than equal to 2019, over here, I have changed the question slightly. Like I have not changed the question remains the same. What I have done is that greater than 2018, which obviously means 2019, What I am saying is greater than equal to 2019. So basically greater than 2018 means 2019 or higher. So it's the same thing, just different ways of saying it. Okay. Mark it as valid. Close bracket, and enter. So we got expired again because it is 2012, right? Okay. So I hope this was clear again. And let's move to another question, which is an pass or fail question. Okay. The question basically is if the student scores 40 or above, mark the student as pass, otherwise fail. Okay. If select the cell, open bracket, select, sorry, is equal to if, open bracket, select the cell greater than 30, 40, mark the student as pass, otherwise fail. Now I'll show you two more methods. Enter. So I have given over here an error on my part is I have just marked greater than 40, which means 41 is pass, otherwise fail. Okay, now he passes. Now, what if I change the question a little bit, change the formula or the command a bit, is equal to if select cell is greater than 39. Instead of writing greater than equal to 40, I am writing greater than 39. It is the same thing, comma, pass, otherwise fail. Enter. Okay. Now, this was the second method. Now, let's learn the third way of writing the same formula, same question, just tweaking the command a bit, is equal to if select cell greater than equal to 40, comma, pass, comma, if less than 40, fail. Close bracket, enter. So we see that the same question can be represented in Excel in various ways. Okay, so when I say equal to 40, greater or equal to 40, then you can also say greater than 39. When I am saying otherwise fail, then you can again write, select the cell and say if it is less than 40, then fail. Okay, so you get my point. I hope. If you do not, please write to me and I will personally answer you all. Now, this was the basic logical if function. Now let's move to logical if and function. Okay, so over here, the question is, if the student scores 40 or above in maths and 40 and above in science, then mark the student as pass, otherwise fail. So basically, if the student scores below 40 in any of the paper, then we will mark the student as fail. Okay, let's just type is equal to if select and another open bracket, select the first cell greater than 39, comma, second cell greater than 39, close bracket, comma, mark the student as pass, otherwise mark the student as fail, close bracket, enter. Okay, so here we see both the papers, the student has scored lower than 40. Okay, now if open bracket and open bracket, select the cell greater than equal to 40, comma, second cell greater than equal to 40, close bracket, comma, mark the student as pass, otherwise mark the student as fail. Okay, so here we see the student has scored a 10. So this fails the criteria and hence not applicable. Okay. So similarly, we see that we get our respective results throughout. So I hope this is easier because once you are understanding the entire concept of formula, once you are, acquainted to the logical if function, logical if and, or logical if or should not be difficult. Okay. Over here, the question is if the quantity is greater than 0 and the price is less than 100, mark it as available, otherwise mark it as out of stock. Okay, I am repeating. The conditions are quantity should be greater than 0 and price should be less than 100. Okay, so is equal to if and quantity should be greater than 0, price should be less than 100, mark it as available, otherwise mark it as out of stock. Close bracket, enter. Okay, so we get it. Do you want me to repeat it? If you do, we can. Okay, let's repeat it again. Is equal to if and select the first cell. Quantity should be greater than 0. Price should be less than 100. Close bracket, comma, mark it as available. Otherwise, mark it as out of stock. Close bracket, enter. So we get our answer. Okay. So now we are moving to if or functions. Okay. So the same thing can be written in different ways. Okay. Which I have been saying since the start of this lecture. So here the question is quantity should be equal to 0 if the quantity is equal to 0 or the price is greater than 100, mark it as out of stock, otherwise mark it as available. Now, it is the same question as this one. There is no difference in the two. Okay. So here the question was if the quantity is greater than 0 and the price is less than 100, mark it as available, otherwise out of stock. Here the question is if the quantity is equal to 0 or the price is greater than 100, mark it as out of stock, otherwise available. So the first thing, it just changes. It is reversed. Okay. So let's just look at it. If or select the first is less than equal to 0. When I say less than, in quantity, it means it is under stock. Okay. Comma, or the price is greater than 100, mark it as out of stock, otherwise mark it as available. Close bracket, enter. Okay, so let's just try once again. Is equal to if or first cell is equal to 0 or the price is greater than 100, mark it as out of stock, otherwise mark it as available, close bracket, enter. Okay, and the last if or question for the day is another marks based question. So if the student scores less than 40 in maths or less than 40 in science, mark the student as fail, otherwise mark it as pass. Okay, is equal to if or first cell less than 40, second cell less than 40, close bracket, mark him as fail, otherwise mark him as pass, close bracket, enter. Okay, so again, like I said in my if function, you can really type different things like you can say 39, or you can say again repeat the if function. You can even get the same answer. You can even get the same answer using an AND command. It just depends on how it has been portrayed or asked to you. If the question says or, use an or command. If the question says and, use an and command. Okay, I will do it one more time and then we'll wrap this lecture for the day. Is equal to if or first cell less than 40, or let's say less than equal to 39, comma, second cell less than equal to 39, close bracket, comma, fail, otherwise pass, close bracket, and enter. Okay, so here the student has scored 10, hence fail. Here the student has passed in both the subject, hence pass. Here the student has failed again in this subject, hence fail. Here the student has failed in both the subjects, hence fail. So I hope the lecture was useful. I hope you learned something new or you brushed your old knowledge. If you did, please like, please subscribe, and see you in the next lecture. And that's all. Thank you.